we're gonna try to get a WIP and Chat in, but I'm just not sure if it's gonna work. Why do I say that? Well, because this is the 4th time that I'm attempting to film this. It is just not gone the way I wanted to. Jack, quit. My cat is insistent on getting outside. So you know what? I'm gonna let him outside real quick. Otherwise, he's gonna drive me crazy throughout this entire time that I am trying to record. So, okay, darn cat has literally destroyed the weather stripping around the bottom of the door because he scratches at it and picks at it until somebody lets him out. He's a pickle, I tell you. Yeah, he is so frustrating. He keeps walking on my desk tonight during the filming of this. Like, he's getting on my last nerve, y'all. Anyways, yeah, it has been, so I recorded literally a full hour live. A full hour WIP and Chat, and I was like, you know, all excited. I was like, yes, I haven't done one in months, so let's get this done. And yeah, and then I realized that the recording wasn't right. Like, you couldn't even see most of this. It was my big fat head in the way. And I'm just like, nope, I cannot have that. It just, no, not acceptable. So I was like, let's do it again. So I start recording again, and I get, I don't know, 25 minutes in, and I look up at the camera and realize my phone had died. And my phone died about 2 minutes after I started. So I had talked to myself. And it has just been, and now my dog's barking at 3 in the morning. Yeah, you know, that's normal. No, it's not normal. It's because my door, I think somebody just drove by, and my door is open because I just let Jack out. And then I have to leave the door open, like just a crack, because otherwise he will literally, he is a smart cat. He'll go to the neighbors. If we don't hear him when he wants to come in, he'll go to the neighbors and across the street. Not across the street, but across like a little driveway, because we live in an apartment. And he will literally like scratch at their door because he knows then they'll call me and I'll let him in. So now I don't want him to bother them, even though they always say he's not a bother and they love him and whatever. But no, if you get woke up, you know, in the middle of the night or 6, 7 in the morning when you didn't want to be up yet, that's annoying. So yeah, I need to get a new, I don't know why. I'm sitting here and I just picked all the glue out of this WIP, out of my multi-placer, and then I realized, like, I think I want to get a new one. Maybe I'll try this one a little longer. We'll see. We'll see. But it's been kind of giving me trouble, and I already filed it twice, so it's probably a goner. Yeah, there's a little, you know, money saver, I guess. And sometimes they're hard to get. Like, right now, my shop is out of them, I think. And people are always asking when I'm going to be getting more of the 3 and 4 placers. But literally, if you take a file and you just file the end of it to flatten it again, you can do that twice usually before you end up needing to get a new placer. But it really does save. It allows you to use the same placer longer and not have to get new ones. So I do it, even though I have, you know, I have them accessible to me because I sell them. I still file it down because it saves on the money, and it saves on having to you know, get a new one out. So, and this one seems to be working. Hopefully it'll work at least the rest of tonight. So it is now 3 in the morning, 3:30, 3:15 in the morning. I originally was going to go to bed about 3 because I was like, you know, it was 2 o'clock and I had to stay up till at least 3 for Maddie and her blood sugars. And that I did that whole thing and it didn't work. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay because I need to get a WIP and Chat out there. It has been way too long, you guys. Like, I don't even know. Maddie was saying that she thinks it's been months. I don't know if it's been months, but it's been a long freaking time. Life has been crazy, and then this past month I've been, you know, my health has been really bad, and the shop has been insanely busy. There's just a lot going on, and so I just haven't prioritized the time to sit down and record a WIP and Chat. Because I get to talk to y'all in the lives and everything like that, so, but, yeah, so, lately, Maddie's blood sugars have been insane. Insane. Like, type 1 diabetic, add puberty hormones, and you get basically, like, diabetes on crack. I mean, it's insane the effect that being an 11-year-old girl has on your blood sugars. Last week, couldn't get them down. Didn't matter what we did, didn't matter how much insulin I pumped into that girl, her blood sugar would not, like, come down to a normal level. And then all of a sudden, was it 3 days ago? I think it was Saturday. Friday or Saturday. She decided, well, no, her body decided, let's just be low. Let's not, like, let's switch it up on them. Let's tease them a little bit. So then, she was low. And no matter what we did, no matter how much food and sugar we pumped into her, she was just not, her blood sugar would not stay up. And it's been like that now for 3 days, something like that, around 3 days. Not a fun experience, let me tell you, because she hasn't felt great. So when you don't feel great and your blood sugar is low and you have to eat, but you don't want to eat, it's not fun. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes kids will be like, oh, you're so lucky because you get candy. Or, like, sometimes she'll get candy before dinner because her blood sugar is low, or juice or something. And kids want to say, oh, you're so lucky. And, oh, she gets so mad. She's like, no, you don't understand. She's like, if you have to, you know, have to eat candy or sweets when you feel like you're going to throw up, it ain't fun. Like, it's not a fun thing. So, yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for her sometimes. A lot of times. But anyways. You know, like I tell her, these, you know, unfortunately, these were the cards that we were dealt. And so we just have to learn to play with them. And that's all we can do. Unfortunately, that's all we can do. So, I'm trying to find a number, and I'm not finding it here. That is so not 955, because here's 955. That's A. But there's no A's on there. Okay, so I made the mistake of this with this one and not kitting it up. Don't ever do that, you guys. I was waiting till I got my lockable system again to kit it up. And ended up, like, taking, like, 2 weeks before I got my system. So I never kitted it up. And I am so regretting it. Because I keep not being able to find the colors that I need. And it's really, really frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. So, because I don't know where some of them are. Like, did I not kit them all up? Yeah, it's, like, so frustrating. So now, I'm not sure where this color is, so I'm going to have to move on to a different color. That one is 954. What's 992? 992 is the percentage. We've got a few of those. We'll do some of these. But one thing I am loving about this painting is the colors are so pretty. I love the colors. Like, when I bought it I liked it and everything, and obviously I liked it because I got it. But when I opened it up and did the unboxing, I was like, oh my gosh, these colors are going to be so pretty. And I cannot tell you how many people, like friends and stuff, have seen this and they're like, oh my gosh, it's on my list, it's on my wish list, and now I want it, because it's just one of those that's like, it's so pretty in person. It's amazing. So where did that go? There it is. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, who doesn't love seahorses? I mean, come on. And but I will say this: if you don't like color blocking, this is not for you. If you are a confetti person, then do not get this one, because you will not be happy with it. It is 100% color blocking, except for when you're doing the outlines with the black. That's the only thing that's not 100% color blocking. Everything else is color blocking. So, just a little FYI, because, yeah, I wouldn't want somebody to get it and then be like, not enjoy it. Because there are people out there who just would prefer to just only do color blocking. I mean, only do confetti. And then there are other people that would only do color blocking. I'm kind of in the middle. Kind of like with squares and rounds. Well, I lied. I used to be in the middle with squares and rounds. I am not in the middle anymore. I would prefer squares. I'll do rounds and everything. It's not like I don't like rounds, but I much prefer squares because, I don't know. And I know some people say it's easier for them to do the multi-placer with the rounds. I think it's the opposite. I prefer the squares when I'm multi-placing. I'm gonna move this over just a tad bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. I know my desk is a mess, but just, yeah. Nothing like some cold iced tea on a hot night. It's been really hot here. Unusually hot. Like we've been in the high 90s and up to over 100, which is really hot here. We don't normally get that kind of a heat. Not for very long anyways. Yesterday, excuse me. Yesterday it was cooler at like 90 degrees. So still pretty hot, but it was cooler. And then the night is cooler. Right now it is 61 degrees, which is like perfect because it cooled off quite a bit. And so I've had the door open and stuff, cool the house down, gives the air conditioner a little bit of a break. So yeah, but no, when I went out tonight at 8 o'clock to take the dogs to the field like I always do, it was still 83 at that time. And the other day when I went out to take them, and it was 8:30 and it was still 97 degrees at 8:30 at night. And I'm like, this is not cool, because that's when I go out and get my exercising done. Like, I take the dogs out 3 times a day because they're dogs. We live in an apartment and I just don't, I don't think it's fair for them to be cooped up in an apartment all the time. They're big dogs, so I take them over there. And then in the evening, though, that's when we're over there the longest. And I do like a 45-minute to an hour walk, and the dogs just run around and play. And so yeah, I was like, no, it's too hot. I didn't get my like normal workout in because it's just too hot, and my body just cannot handle the heat. I get heat exhaustion super fast. Actually, when I was taking them out, I took a squirt bottle and like I would squirt myself down with the cold water to cool off, because yeah, my son's like, Mom, that's pathetic. I'm like, you know what would be more pathetic is if I was like, dying on the ground because I got too hot. So I just take my water bottle and I'm fine with that. Nobody else, there's not usually anyone else over in the field when I go, so every so often there is. And I know most of the people that walk around are in the field over there, so it's not a big deal. And Lincoln knows most of the people and the dogs, and it's kind of like it's not a park or anything, it's just a field, but people have kind of turned it into like a dog walking area. So, because it's just a really nice place for dogs to be able to run around. But, oh my gosh, you guys, 2 nights ago, I took the dogs over there, and it was Saturday night. I took the dogs over there, and I was wearing my dress. It's like a long, one of those long tank top dresses because it's nice and cool. And I figured I could wear it over there and it would protect my legs enough from like the spiky things without having to put pants on because it would be even hotter. So I was like, I'll just wear the dress. That'll be, that'll be good. It'll protect from all the little thorny bushes and all that stuff. So I got ready to go, and I go over there and I'm walking, and yeah, it protected me a little bit. Not as good as pants do, but I could handle it because it was so hot. I was like, I'd rather this. But, you know how those, like, pokey bushes, they have those, like, thistle thingies? I don't even know. It's not really a thistle, but they, like, poke into you and they, like, stick into your clothes. And, anyway, so I get home from being over there, and, I'm talking to my son, and he is in his, like, vanity area. So my kid's bedroom is, it's pretty big. It's, like, 16 feet by 16 feet. They have the big room. And that's like a square, and the door is here. And then, like, you go through the door. It's in the main room. Then there's, like, a vanity area right here. And then there's a huge walk-in closet. So he's over here in the vanity area. I'm over here in the hallway. In the doorway. Talking to him. All of a sudden, I put my arm down. And right, where my dress meets... like right where the dress starts, under my arm, so about an inch under my armpit-ish, I feel like a sting, a bite, something, and it hurt. Pretty bad, actually. So I'm like, and I lift my arm up, and I look over to, like, see, because I thought it was like a thistle thing. So I look over, I put my arm up, I look over, and I'm about to, like, put my hand over there to pull, like, a thistle thing out, which, how in the world would have got under my armpit? I don't know. Like, it couldn't have. But that was what my brain was saying. So I do that, and I look down, and I just freaked out because I thought it was a bee. There was, like, this big bee. So I ran over to my son. Well, first I flicked the bee. And I run over to my son with my arm still in the air, and I'm like, tell me it's gone, tell me it's gone, tell me it's gone. And he's like, what? I'm like, gun for my arm. Tell me there's nothing there. Tell me it's gone. And he's like, okay, let me just tell you this. My son is terrified of spiders. Like, not just like, oh yeah, he's scared of spiders. No. He is, like, beyond terrified. Like, panic attack, freak out, do anything to get away from him. It's kind of a thing, okay? Go over to him, and he is like, so he goes to see if the bee is gone. He's like, that's a huge spider! And he runs out of his room, he runs through the living room, and outside. Yep, he ran outside. So he goes outside. In my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got bit by a spider. What kind of spider is it? I don't even want to look. But in my head, I'm like, I just got to get this dress off. I got to get it off. So I start, like, taking it off as I'm walking through the house to my bedroom. And I didn't know one of the blinds were open, so, you know what? Somebody might have got a little sneaky peek, but that's okay. I really don't care. So I'm, like, taking my dress off as I'm running into the bedroom. I get into the bedroom, and my husband is sitting on the bed, and he is, like, what's going on, because he could tell I was freaking out. And I, like, dropped the dress on the ground, and I was like, is there anything on me? Is there a bug on me? And he's like, no, what is going on? So I'm like, there was a spider in my dress and it bit me, and yeah. And so he's like, well, where is the spider now? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, maybe you should make sure it's not still in your dress. So I pick the dress up super carefully. First of all, Seth examined kind of my arm and looked, and it didn't look like a bee sting, and it didn't look like a spider bite, which was good. You know how spider bites have like 2 little pokes. It didn't look like that, so it was just red. And so then I picked the dress up really carefully, I might add, and I looked where it was, and lo and behold, there it was still. But it wasn't a spider, and it wasn't a bee. It was a beetle. So it was this beetle, and so he, of course, my husband starts laughing. And I'm like, I thought it was a bee, and Alex thought it was told me it was a huge spider, and so the beetle, though, was like a, I don't know, the only way I can think to describe it is, like, it looked kind of like a rattlesnake coloring. Does that make any sense? I don't know. That was the coloring that it had, though. And so I was like, I could see how he maybe thought that was like the body of the spider, you know, or something. I don't know. But anyway, when I came out, oh, by the way, the beetle was still on the dress. So I'm like, oh, I'll go take it outside because there's no reason to kill it. It didn't, you know, it's just a beetle. So I take it outside, and I tell you guys, I had to flick that beetle 10 times. It would not let go of my dress. It was like, no, this is a nice place to live. I had to get a rock and, like, go, like, with my dress, I had to get a rock and, like, literally push it off of my dress. It did not want to leave my dress. Apparently, it thought it was a great, nice little place to live. Anyway, so I get it off, I come back in, and my son's like, where is it? Where is it? I'm like, Alex, it wasn't even a spider. He's like, I don't care. Where is it? I'm like, it's outside. So he's still, you know, panicking that there's a bug. Like he always does. He doesn't like bugs. He doesn't, you know, he freaked me out so bad when he was like 4 years old. He was in the car, and we had a van at the time, and he was in his car seat, and Maddie was in her car seat, and I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden that boy, you would thought someone like just murdered his best friend in front of him. The way he was screaming. He was freaking out. So I'm thinking he got stung. Had to have gotten stung. So I pull over and I go back there, and what do you think it is that's terrifying my son? A ladybug. Yep, a little ladybug was sitting not on him, but on his car seat. And he is just flipping out. So I pick the ladybug up and I take it outside. He was like traumatized by a ladybug. And I'm like, dude, it was a red ladybug. Oh man, that boy. And to this day, he's 14. And if we have like a mosquito eater, you know, those really big flying bugs. If there's one in the living room, he won't come in here. He'll stay in his bedroom until we get it out or it dies or we kill it or something. He is, and oh man, he gets so mad at me when he's like, kill it. I'm like, no, there's absolutely no reason to kill it. It's not doing anything. You know, it's just sitting there. Like, why would I want to kill it? So, anyway, he wasn't very pleased about this whole spider. Which color am I looking for? Hold on. It's disappeared. It's disappeared. I want to finish this little section. I really get annoyed when, like, you can't finish a section because you can't find the color, which doesn't happen very often because I usually have mine kitted up. I think I found it, though. Is that $9.93? Woo! I found it. Yay! Yeah, so don't ever do this. Do not, just learn from my mistakes. Always kit your projects, guys. Always kit your projects. And this is the arrow. Okay. Anyways, and this is a cool color. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, so the beetle bit me, but I didn't have, it was gone by the next day. So it was no big deal. It was just a little bug. Little beetle. But man, that was kind of traumatizing. Then the whole time I was at the field, over the next couple days, I've been like, you know, if I feel something, I'm like, is that a bug on me? Like, because, oh my gosh, you guys, when I thought I got bitten by a spider, the adrenaline going through my body was insane. Like, my mind was racing. Like, oh my gosh, what if it was one of those poisonous ones that, like, makes your bodies fall apart and die because it gets infected and nasty, and I think it's called necrosis and grossness. So I'm like, you know, in that panic, like, oh my gosh, what kind of spider was it? And freaking out. And so I was very relieved that it was a beetle. I would have been okay if it was a bee, but a spider, no. That would not have been okay. I don't know how a spider would have gotten my dress up there anyways, but I was trying to get a little sneaky peek. But anyways, so that was like the highlight of my weekend. Isn't that sad? I almost got bit. No, I did get bit by a beetle slash bee slash spider. That was the highlight of my weekend. That says a lot about my life. No, I'm just kidding. No, basically this weekend though, I spent working, getting caught up. Yeah, that's really all I did this weekend. I had my, you know, obviously the live. And then I diamond painted more than I have. Because up until this point, you guys, the only time I've been working on this one is during my lives. Because I just haven't had the time. I've been so busy with the shop that I haven't really been working on my diamond paintings, which is not good for me because they really do help with like anxiety and stress and everything. And with everything going on right now, I have had so many more like panic attacks and just like feeling stressed and anxious for no reason. It's that like underlying, you know, subconscious whatever thing. And it's super frustrating, but so I'm like, I have got to make sure I take time for myself to, you know, diamond paint, to do something, but making sure I get like that walk-in really helps with my anxiety anyways. And like my husband says, if I would sleep more, I would probably be better too, but I'm stubborn. After Maddie had, those of you that might be new, Maddie is my 11-year-old daughter. She's a type 1 diabetic. She had a seizure about 9 months ago. And then she had a couple other episodes. Because of low blood sugars. And so I don't sleep at night much. I will so much better once we get her new service dog and it's trained. And then she's also getting like this little machine called a Dexcom. And it tells us her blood sugar every 5 minutes, and it goes, it alarms if she goes too high or too low. So we're working on getting that, but unfortunately the copay for that one's $1,500. And which, you know, seems like a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but the thing is the machine itself is like $5,000, I think. So, but yeah, so we're trying to get that one. And I think once we get that, because it does alarm and everything, and that accompanied with Lincoln, who does alert to her blood sugars a lot of times. Not everyone, but a lot of times. And then once we get in her new dog and he or she is trained better to do that, I think I will be able to start sleeping more again, which would be so good because my sleeping pattern is so all over the place. Like, I'm awake most of the night, and then I take little naps sometimes at night, and then I nap sometimes off and on during the day, but like, I never get into REM sleep, which REM sleep is the important sleep, so I need to start making sure I do that. Taking care of myself so I can take care of everybody else. I can't remember who says that in their videos every time, but it's super true. Sorry. Thirsty. I don't know. I feel like I didn't drink enough today because I'm so thirsty, but I know I did drink enough, so. Alright. Moving on to pluses. 954. I just saw that one. Where are you? 954. Here you go. Here it is. So, what are you all working on? You can tell me in the comments. Hey, don't forget, so today's Monday, but you're going to be watching this on Tuesday. So, I've already posted the link in my Facebook group, for if you want to get your painting, whatever you're working on, if you want it featured in my video, WIP It Wednesday, then you have to get it in by Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to get a spot. Now, granted, sometimes if they're not in there, like if you enter your WIP and it is not in there, there's a couple different reasons why. One, it could be because it was too late and I already had so many to go through. Two, it could be that the picture, I can't see anything, so nobody else would be able to see anything. And or three, there was absolutely no information about the picture, which sometimes I still show those anyways, but just depends on the kind of picture and all that good stuff. But so just make sure if you do enter your WIP that you give me some information as to like where it is, what you're calling it, the size of it, the price of it, anything you have about it. Make sure that you include that, because there are a lot of times people watch those to get ideas on what they want to work on next. So it's nice for them to have the information about like where you got it and how much it cost and if the quality is there and all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind. Also, we are in the beginning of the month, so next week we will be doing Finish Friday. I will be putting that link up probably on Thursday of this week, so that way you guys can continue to add those probably through, I'll probably close that one down on Wednesday so that I have time to go through them all and get them in. So if you want to be, involved in either one of those videos, you gotta go and sign up or go join the Facebook group. Right now it's called Diamond Painting Anonymous, but tomorrow it might be something different. It might be Shine Like a Diamond. We have a poll going right now to change our name. And the last time I looked, Shine Like a Diamond was like winning hands down. So we will just have to see, but it's always, the link of my Facebook group is always in the description, so it's not like you have to know the name or anything, because it's in the description for you. Isn't this one, like, gorgeous? So pretty. I can't get over how gorgeous it is. Okay, we're going to put these away. And it goes, if you can sit down and actually work on it, it goes by pretty quickly. Like, you can get a lot done because of the color blocking. Ugh. Especially the next part I'm gonna do, because I need to get my funnel out. Trying to get these things back in this little baggie is not working for me. I'm gonna get my thing out. Home owned phone. What is that there? Backwards. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if you don't have one of these yet, you guys, you should so get one. They're amazing. Amazing. She designed it. It's a diamond-shaped funnel, and it works so amazing. Like, I have it out all the time, because anytime I'm diamond painting, when you put a color away, I like to use that so that the colors don't spill or get all over the place. It's a nice It's a nice tool. For me, it's like a must-have tool. Okay, one of my favorite things in the summer is sun tea. And I drink my sun tea with nothing in it. Yes, so does Maddie. I grew up that way, so it's just like the way that that's what we drank. My mom is a diabetic, so we didn't have pop usually unless it was sugar-free and all that stuff. So, let me see if that's the right color. Yes, it is. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, wait a minute, I think I already have one out. Oh, here it is. I don't know why I have a little one out for like the biggest color in the whole painting. I think I'll change that right now. So yeah, we had tea all the time in the summertime, and my mom would put out like lemon and sugar on the table, but I never got used to putting anything in my tea, so I like just plain iced tea. And I know people from the South are probably like choking on their tea right now listening to me because they, it's sweet tea for them. I had a friend from the South, and he came over one time. Him and his girlfriend came over. They lived in our apartment complex, and I had made some tea, and so I was like, do you guys want some? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I said, do you want any lemon or anything in it? No, just, just plain tea is fine. So I give it to them, and she's fine. She doesn't do anything, but he's like, what is this? And I'm like, it's iced tea. And he's like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you forgot to put the sugar in it. And I'm like, you said you didn't want anything in it. I said you just wanted the plain tea. And he's like, I did, but the sugar is like, to him, plain tea was no lemon in it, but sugar was obvious. Like sugar was just important as like the tea and the ice, like. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. And so I went and like I watched the amount of sugar. I was like, holy crap. And I could not, because he wanted me to taste it, and he's like, trust me, you'll like it. I was like, no, that is not tea. Plus, if you like it without any sugar in it, then isn't that like a good thing? Because you're not adding a bunch of sugar to your body when you don't need it. Yeah, Maddie and Alex like it without anything in it, and that's just the way we've always drank it. When they were little, Maddie sometimes will put a little lemon in hers, but yeah. Me and Maddie drink a lot of iced tea. And I make decaf, too, so that way it's, where did you go? Sorry, guys, I squished these colors on accident because I pushed them. And I don't know where that one came from. Anyways, I make decaf, so that way me and Maddie can drink it, and it's like, basically, just like drinking water. You don't have to worry about the caffeine and dehydrating you or anything like that. So, of course, the amount of caffeine that's in iced tea is usually not that much, but that's okay. I have been craving cold coffee lately. Like, I think it's just because it's been so hot here. I love coffee. I can't drink it very often because of my acid reflux and stuff, but oh, I love coffee. It's so good. We got coffee, me and Maddie got coffee from this coffee shop down the road a couple weeks ago, and it was so good. Actually, we got can't talk. We got coffee from this place that I used to go to all the time when we used to live across the town. It was like it was my favorite coffee shop. So me and Maddie were out doing errands, and I'm like, oh, she was like, can we get coffee? I was like, okay, we're right by Starbucks. Starbucks line was like insane. I was like, oh, we're right by my old coffee shop. Let's go there. I was so excited. So we went there, and there was like no line, so we were super happy about that. And we get up there, we order our coffee, and we get it, we drive away, and both of us were like, no. Like, mine tasted like chocolate milk. It was supposed to be a mocha. It was like they gave me the mocha part without the coffee. Like, it was not good. I could not taste the coffee at all. And Maddie tasted it, and she was like, that's not even coffee. And so, and then she got what did she get? I think she got a white chocolate mocha. And hers, you could taste the coffee, but it was not good. And it was supposed to be, both of them were supposed to be cold. And they were not, it was like, I don't know, the only thing I could think of was like, did they leave the milk out on the counter because they've been using it so much? So the milk was still kind of warm, so that's why. Like, I could not figure out why these drinks were not cold like they should be. There was ice in them, but they still weren't cold. And it was like a hot freaking day, and that was like one of the things we wanted was like cold coffee. It wasn't even cold. The girls there, they weren't wearing masks. Like, everything about it was just not a good experience, and we were both very unhappy, and like both of us we were still wanting coffee because, like I said, their coffee was not good. And mine, I'm not even gonna call it coffee. My chocolate milk there wasn't good. So, there's a coffee place we know of that's down our road. So we took the other coffees back. We didn't finish them. And we went to this other coffee shop that's like down the road and got coffee. And I know we've got coffee from them before. We don't get it very often, but we have got it from them before. And they have the ice there. If you are a ice fan, their ice is that like crunchy, I call it hospital ice. It's the ice that you get when you're in the hospital or like when you're having a baby, you know, that ice. And you can buy it. You can buy like the ice, like a bag of ice from them. And so we did because Maddie loves ice and she just sits and eats it like it's ice cream. I used to, but then I cracked a few teeth and I haven't eaten ice in a while. Also, my teeth are so sensitive that I can't really eat ice right now, but yeah, so we got our coffees from them and they were delicious. I was very pleased, and their customer service was amazing. So that was a few days ago. I can't remember why or where we had to go because I don't even remember. We were on that side of town. We went to the post office. I know that, and then something else, but I don't know. I feel like I'm always going to the post office. I need to make just set days and only go on those days. Unless I really need to go earlier than that because it just doesn't, I don't know. I need to have more of a schedule on like post office days and stuff like that, but I'm almost caught up, which is good. It's a good feeling. Good feelings. So, this part is really, like, it's just easy, but, unfortunately I left this opened too long, and if you leave the cover off of it for more than, like, a day, it gets, like, where it's not as sticky. Like, over here you can hear it. Listen. Okay, you can hear that stick. Listen over here. Like, there's hardly any stick. Where normally you could take like a wipe or something and just like clean it off, but because it's like the shape of this, I'm just kind of doing it, and it's sticky enough that they'll stay there, but it's not so sticky that it makes it a little harder when you're actually putting the drills down, because if you just put them down and don't take the pen up carefully, then they don't stay as nicely as they should. But this one, I'm not as worried about because this one, I already have the frame and it's going up, so it'll be behind glass. So these drills ain't going nowhere. And if I had to, of course, I could always seal it. But when it's going to be behind glass and everything, I don't think it'll need it. Like I said, it's sticky enough. But, yeah, this one is one that as soon as I started doing it, I was like, this one would look really good in the bathroom. Like a seashell theme. Because, yeah, it's so pretty. Because we have seashells in the bathroom, our shower curtain. And I have a couple seashell things like on the counter that I could get out too. Again, we have a couple different things in there, and I change it up a little bit. But once this one is done, I can put the seashell stuff back up, and yeah. Oh goodness, some of them aren't. See, yeah, I need to get a new multi-placer. There we go. So, I know I've got a lot of messages about certain cover minders that are sold out and asking if they'll be back in stock. That ones like that I just came out with, I mean. So, the Planet, this one that everybody's been, you know, going goo goo gaga over. Yes, it literally sold out, I think, within like 5 minutes of me posting it. But I do have an order of those ones already in, and they're supposed to be in on Thursday, I believe. So I'm hoping they will be. So, and I've also got a lot of people asking about the multi-placers, and I did just get them in, so I will be putting those in the shop within the next couple days. So I just have to go, because the only reason I can't put them in the shop like right now is because, yes, I got them in the mail. I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I got them all in the mail, right? They come in these packs from 3 to 15. Well, the reason I don't want to put them on my site until I've gone through all of them and make sure that they're all there. Because you never know if, like, I don't know, maybe a couple bags are missing a 5 or something. And if I put them all in the shop and then I don't have one, that would not be good. So I just haven't taken the time yet to go through them and make sure they're all there. I'm sure they are. I've never got them when they weren't there, but I just like to be sure. So I will probably, like I said, I'll do that in the next couple days. So if you're interested, like I said, I've got a lot of messages on those two things by themselves. So yeah, I couldn't believe it that yesterday I checked my messages last night. And then I checked them again this evening. And just in one day, there was 56 messages. And, yeah, it gets so hard to keep track of them all. But I try my best. Oh, come on. I'm determined to make this multi-placer last through this little section at least, because it ain't gonna last the whole painting, I'll tell you that right now, because it is starting to poop out on me. Okay, so it is, let's see, we've got about 48 minutes. That's not bad, especially since I already recorded this like 4 times. But I wanted to get one out for you guys. Sorry, I know that, you know, I didn't have a ton to say this time, but I did, because just everything that's been going on has been kind of more of a negative thing, and I don't want to just sit and talk about negative things all the time, because boring and just not, I don't know, I want to be here to, like, uplift you guys and make you feel better and, like, make you forget about your problems. So, that's kind of one of the reasons it's been harder to do lately, the WIP and Chats, just because there's been, you know, more crap going on lately, you know, with like my health and Maddie's health and everything. So, but we're here, we are alive, and like I said, we are working with the hands we were dealt. We're playing our game. So, I think we'll end it here, and I would really try, you guys, to get you more WIP and Chats, because I know that I get requests for WIP and Chats all the time. So, yeah, don't forget that we are still doing the auction for Maddie. Today is Monday. I will be posting stuff tomorrow and on Wednesday, possibly Thursday. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, we have a auction site going on right now where there are items up for auction. It's like a silent auction. For Maddie, we are raising money to get Maddie, my daughter, her new service dog, because unfortunately her service dog passed away in December from liver failure. So we've been working pretty much ever since on getting the funds for a new dog. We're also trying to get those funds for the Dexcom that I was talking about earlier too. So the auction is going on, so don't forget to go check out, see if there's one over there you might want to bid on, and it'll tell you when the auction is closed and all that good stuff. So, and then a lot of times I do a live to announce the winners of the auction. So don't forget to check that out, and don't forget to go join our Facebook group if you're not already in it. We're getting close to 2,000 in the group. Once we hit that 2,000 mark, we'll be doing a little giveaway. So watch out for that. And that is really all I have to say today, guys. So I hope you're having a great rest of your Tuesday. And with that being said, don't forget, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and you are definitely loved more than you know. So with that, keep on shining, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys!
Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already and would like to subscribe, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and the bell icon to be notified when I put up a new video.